Hey, I'm Jules. I'm going to take you through a 30-minute strengthening yoga practice. This is a vinyasa flow, which is based on flowing from one pose to the next, and with a focus on strengthening the whole body. And we're going to do that through the power of sun salutations. And I'll break that down for you. Sun salutation is a great way to open out the body, strengthen the whole body, tone, great for flexibility, great for just waking up and welcoming the new day. Great to do in the morning. If you've got a window, I would suggest you do it towards the light. As you can see, I'm going to be facing a wall, but I'll have the sun in my mind. So this is actually quite, it's a bit hard work here. So if you're new to yoga, really take this easy and just go at your own pace and take rests when you want. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so I shared a playlist. So if you are using the playlist, I think it will be below the video. Please just go ahead and hit play now. So it's always great to start your practice with just arriving to your mat. So it's nice to either take a seat or lie down on your mat, just feel the earth below you and close down your eyes, take your hands to your body and just take a few nice deep breaths into the belly. So let's inhale through the nose into the belly. Big inhale and then a big exhale out the mouth. Another deep inhale to the belly. Big exhale. And as you exhale, just allow the shoulders to sink, allow the body to soften, and just let go of any tension. Keep going, get rid of all that stale air. Another deep inhale, feel that belly rise. And a big exhale. If you're practicing in the morning, it's so nice, these first big morning breaths. Keep going. Now just breathing in and out of the nose. Noticing the sensations of the breath in the nostrils and the journey of the breath all the way into the belly. The subtle rise and fall of the body. Amazing what those 3 deep breaths can do, just taking your attention to the breath, slowing it down a little bit. Okay, you can slowly flicker your eyes open. And from here, let's just do some nice shoulder circles. So draw the shoulders up to the ears and back. Draw them up and back. Take a few deep breaths. And let's take it the other way. So draw them up and round the spine as you come forward. Bring the elbows out. Really exaggerate the movement. Deep breaths. Lovely. Okay, coming back to stillness or to the center. Not stillness because we're going to move. Take an inhale and take the arms out wide. Reach right up to the sky. Into prayer, exhale, draw them down. Let's do that again. Inhale, take them out wide, open out the chest, reach up, exhale, draw them down. One more time, inhale, take them up. Exhale, draw them down. Take your right hand to the mat and then let's reach up and over to the side. Slowly come back to center. Take your left hand to the mat and reach up and over. Just slowly waking the body up. Coming back to the center. Okay, from here, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. If you're sitting on a cushion, remove the cushion. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And you can tuck the toes here for some stability. We're going to do a few cat-cows. So for your cat-cow, as you inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, allow the nose to roll up, shoulder blades come together. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under and round the spine. Suck the belly button right up into the spine. Open out across the shoulder blades. Tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, drop the belly. We'll flow back into that other pose. So shoulder blades come together. The head comes up. Exhale, round the spine. Suck the belly button right up as you create all that space in the back and tuck your chin into your chest. And just continue to flow from one pose to the next. Maybe even close down your eyes and just feel into the movement, the ripple effect of the spine. And you can go as slow as you want here. Sometimes the slower, the better. You can really feel into every single movement in the body. Okay, slowly come back to stillness, and you can untuck the toes, sit back onto the heels for child's pose. Now here you can have a cushion underneath your bum or your ankles, and just take your hands up onto your fingertips there, and the forehead towards the mat. Take a deep inhale, send it all the way down to the hips. Big exhale out the mouth. Inhale again. From here, slowly come forward. We're going to walk the hands forward and come onto our bellies. On your belly, hands under your shoulders, hug your elbows in towards your body. And we're going to come up for cobra pose here. So for cobra, pushing the pubic bone into the mat, the top of the legs into the mat and the top of the feet, nice and active in the legs. Hug the elbows in towards the body. And we're using the strength of our lower back here, not necessarily pushing up with the hands, right? So as you inhale, roll the nose forward, lead with the nose, and slowly draw the upper body up. Now you only need to come up a little bit. There's no need to be, you see people like this all the time. To begin with, let's just go nice and small cobras. Exhale to come down. Let's do that one more time. Hug those elbows in, active in the legs. Inhale, draw yourself up. Exhale to come down. Well done. Now pushing into the mat, up onto the knees. We're going to tuck the toes here, spread the fingers nice and wide, maybe even turn them out to the corners of the mat slightly, and hug the elbows in towards the body. So as you hug the elbows in, the shoulders will roll out slightly. And here we're going to tuck the toes and send the hips up for downward dog. Now in your downward dog, you can have your knees as bent as you possibly want them to be. Sometimes it's nice to have them super bent. Now your heels are aiming towards the floor. It doesn't matter if they're there or not. Mine aren't. You can hug the elbows in towards the ears again, and just make sure you're not dumping into the shoulders, like this action here. We want to round out through the shoulders and breathe into that area and send your bum right up to the sky. Deep breath in the nose, big sigh out the mouth. Look to the front of the mat and let's just tippy toe our way up there. When you get there, we're just going to hang out for a minute. So the knees nice and bent. This is called a forward fold. And with an inhale, take your hands just below your knees on your shin and come to a flat back, the back parallel to the mat. Tuck the chin into the chest, round out through the shoulders. As you exhale, bend the knees, forward fold again. Nice bend in the knees, and we'll take the arms out wide and reach up to the sky. Reach up, hands in prayer. As you exhale, draw them down to heart center. Take a few moments here. Inhale, take the arms out wide, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw your hands back down to prayer. We're going to start to run through our sun salutations now. If you can see my face. And from here, just follow me. Inhale, take the arms out wide, reach up to the sky. As you exhale, draw your hands down in prayer and fold forward. Nice bend in the knees as you come down. And then as you inhale, just draw the hands up to the shins and we'll come into that flat back again. Exhale, place the hands down either side of the feet and step back to a high plank. Now you can come down to your knees here. Actually, let's just start on our knees. So come down to your knees, hug your elbows in, and then slowly come down to the mat. Untuck the toes and hug those elbows in again. And as you inhale, we're going to come up to our cobra. Exhale to come down, push into the mat, tuck your toes, send your bum up. You can come onto your knees first of all, and then up to your downward dog. For your downward dog, take a deep breath in the nose, big sigh out the mouth. Nice to have a few breaths here. You can bend one knee and then the other. Look to the front of the mat, and let's just tippy toe again to get there. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Nice bend in the knees. And you come all the way up. Big stretch when you get there. Hands in prayer. Draw them down to heart center. And then take your hands by the body for mountain pose. Mountain pose, you draw the arches up, the energy up from the earth. Get really active in the legs. Tuck the tailbone under. Soften the shoulders. Take the palms out. Close down the eyes. That's your first sun salutation. So as you see, it's just a round of poses, and you can do as many as you like. Let's go again. Inhale, take the arms out wide. Big stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way down. Inhale up to your flat back, hands to shins, round out through the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Nice bend in the legs. Step back to your high plank. And again, you can drop the knees here, or you can do the full version. Full version, bum down, push out through those heels, hug the elbows in, and then slowly come all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, rise up for cobra. Exhale to come down. Push into the mat, tuck those toes, send your bum up, downward dog. Deep breath in the nose, big sigh out the mouth. So good to do that. A few breaths here. And you can look to the front of the mat now and either step or tippy toe forward. Inhale up to your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Nice bend in the knees as you send yourself all the way up. Have a big stretch when you get there. Hands in prayer, draw them down to heart center. Mountain pose. A few breaths. Again, soften those shoulders. Nice and tall. We're going to go again. Inhale, take the arms out wide, reach right up. Exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale up to your flat back. Exhale, forward fold, step back to your high plank. Holding high plank. Slowly come down. Untuck the toes, hug the elbows in, roll up for cobra. Exhale to come down. Tuck the toes, send your bum up. Downward dog. Deep breath in, big exhale out. A few breaths here. Now you can drop the knees and come down to child's pose here or at any point. Actually, let's do a child's pose now. Untuck the toes, and we can either have the arms out in front or take the arms down beside the body. And if your forehead's on the mat, maybe just give your forehead a little bit of a massage from side to side. Take a few deep breaths, allow your body to soften. This is a resting pose. So whenever you want to do loads of sun salutations, you can take child's pose at any point and just have a little chill. Gather yourself. Slowly walk the hands forward as you roll the body up. And then just take your hands on top of the thighs and let's just have a moment here. Begin to walk the hands forward, spread those fingers wide, tuck the toes and send your bum up for downward dog again. Nice bend in the legs. Look to the front of the mat and you can either step or hop forward. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Nice bend in the knees and you come all the way up. Exhale, draw the hands down to prayer, mountain pose. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, take the arms out wide, reach up high. Exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, place the hands down, step back to a high plank. Hold your high plank or drop to your knees. Feel how strong you are here. Slowly come down. Untuck the toes. Rise up for cobra. Exhale to come down. Push into your mat as you send yourself back. Lift your hips, downward dog. A few deep breaths. Look to the front of the mat, step forward. Inhale up to your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, send yourself all the way up. Have a big stretch when you get there. Hands in prayer, draw them down to heart center, mountain pose. Hopefully you can feel the energy rising a little bit, your heart's beating a little bit faster, feeling a bit more open. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, take the arms out wide, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale up to your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands down to the mat. Step back to your high plank. Or drop the knees. Slowly come all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Rise up for cobra. Exhale to come down. Push into the mat. Send yourself up to downward dog. A few deep breaths here. Big exhale out the mouth. Look to the front of the mat and step forward. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Nice bend in the knees. Rise all the way to the top. Big stretch. Hands in prayer, draw them down to your heart center, and then just take your hands on either side for mountain pose. Strong and powerful like the mountain. Nice and tall. Tuck that tailbone under. Close down the eyes. So if you like the sun salutations, this is something that you could do yourself in the morning. Wake yourself up, energize the body. Maybe get yourself going before you do any other form of exercise. Okay, from here, let's take a big inhale, reach up, hands in prayer. As you draw them down to heart center, we're going to take our weight onto our left foot and pick our right foot up. Using the tummy muscles, take that foot and place it behind you. So float it in the air and then place it all the way back on the mat. Come into a high lunge. In your high lunge, you can take your hands to your hips, hips facing forward, and really scissor those legs in towards one another. So you're using the glutes and the outer thighs, the outer hips, and draw the energy up from the front foot. So get nice and stable in that leg. And once you feel stable in the feet and you're really engaged in those glutes, you can allow the arms just to float up to the ceiling if that feels okay. If not, keep your hands on your hips. You may even just look up to the ceiling as well. Hug the elbows in towards the ears and be really intentional with the arms, extending from the heart all the way to the fingertips. Take the shoulders down, elbows out, open out the chest. Using the tummy muscles, slowly float forward. Place your hands down on either side of the foot and you can swing that left leg back and come into your downward dog. Bending one knee and then the other. And then let's just come into child's pose. So knees onto the mat, sit back onto the heels. A few deep breaths. Slowly walk the hands forward, lift the hips for your downward dog. Look to the front of the mat and you can either step or hop. Inhale up to your flat back. Exhale, forward fold, and then a nice bend in the knees, send yourself all the way up. As you draw the hands down. From here, we're going to take our weight onto our left foot and pick our right leg up. Using your tummy muscles, you can slowly take that foot back, place it on the mat. Hips facing forward, really engage those glutes, those legs, that scissor action of drawing them in. Take the hands to the hips. Maybe if you feel nice and stable in the legs, you can just allow the arms to float up to the ceiling. Look up to the ceiling. Even if your legs are wobbling, strong and powerful. Take your shoulders down, your elbows out wide. Engage the tummy muscles as you fold forward and take your hands down to the mat, and then send that leg back for downward dog. Look to the front of the mat and we can tippy toe forward. And then we'll just allow ourselves to roll up to a standing position. Take the arms out wide, reach up to the ceiling. Mountain pose. Nice and tall here. And then let's just do something a little bit weird. Start shaking your foot, shaking your other foot. Shake, shake your legs, shake, 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 shake your hands and your shoulders. Shake your hips. Shake everything. Maybe jump from side to side. Give yourself a good shake. Jump about, shake, 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 shake everything. Shake it off. Shake, shake, shake. We're shaking, we're energizing. Come to stillness, take your hands to your heart. Tune into the heartbeat. Allow it to settle. Mountain pose. Lovely. Take the arms out wide, reach up to the ceiling, and with your hands in prayer, we'll draw them down. Fold forward, taking the hands down to the mat. And from here, step back to your high plank. Hold your high plank, then drop down to your knees. Hug your elbows into your chest and come all the way down. Untuck the toes, hug them in. Hug the arms in, that is, and slowly come up for a cobra. Exhale to come down. Push into the mat, back onto your knees. Child's pose, arms out. The shaking technique is just a really great way to energize the body, to shake off any unwanted vibes, feelings, shift the energy and feel good, feel alive. Slowly allow yourself to come up. And from here, we'll just take yourself onto our bums and swing our legs around. And from here, I'd just like you to pick up the legs so they're parallel to the mat. You can hold just behind the thighs here. This is called boat pose. And you can play around with your weight going forwards and backwards. And when you get to that point where your belly really fires up, that's where you want to be, right? So the belly's fired up, and this might be enough for you here. And let's just hold it here. And you might find that you're shaking a little bit. That's all good. That means it's working. And then if you wanted to try and take your arms out, maybe, just to challenge yourself a little bit more. And if you wanted to go even bigger, you could play around with trying to straighten the legs. Then you're really going to shake. A few breaths. Slowly draw the legs down, take the soles of the feet to the mat, and you can allow yourself just to fold over the legs for a minute. You could even take hold of elbows underneath the legs. A few breaths here. Slowly come back, and we'll just do that one more time. So taking hold behind the thighs, you can take the legs up parallel to the mat. Again, if you want to take the arms out, and if you want to even try straightening the legs, take the arms out wider. A few more breaths here. Slowly come down. Well done. And then from here, you can just take your bum down the mat. Slowly come onto your back. When you get there, hug your knees into your chest and just have a little roll from side to side. Deep breath in, big exhale out. Take the soles of the feet to the floor. And from here, we're going to take bridge pose. So feet are almost touching distance, right? But not quite. And we'll get really active in the glutes and the outer thighs, draw the arches up of the soles of the feet, and we're lifting the hips. And just like you've got an imaginary block in between your knees or your thighs, and you're holding that there, so you're really activating the outer thighs here. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Notice if you're really clenching your bum, maybe just let it go a little bit. You can come down at any point. Let's come down now. Slowly, slowly come down. Take your feet nice and wide and just let your knees knock in. Take one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart space. And just have a few breaths here. Okay, take the soles of the feet to the mat, about hip distance apart again. Take your hands to the mat. And as you inhale, just lift the hips up. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. And again, just like that action of holding the block in between the legs. Some of you may even want to clasp your hands behind your back and just open out your chest a little bit if that feels comfortable to you. If not, do not worry. Slowly, slowly, slowly come down. Well done. Take your feet nice and wide, the knees knock in. Take one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Close down the eyes, a few deep breaths. Gorgeous. From here, we're just going to let the knees knock on over to the right-hand side. And you can keep the feet just as wide. That's going to make it a little bit more intense. But if you wanted to draw them together, you could do that too. You could also pop a cushion underneath your legs or in between your thighs. However feels nice for you. Just make sure that you're comfortable here and there's nothing too intense going on with your hip because you don't want to do any damage, do you? Take your arms nice and wide. Maybe even let your head knock over to the left if that feels good. Close down your eyes and just allow yourself to sink into the floor, sink into the shape. Okay, engaging the tummy muscles, you can draw those legs back up to center. And then you might want to shift your hips over to the right a little bit as you let the knees just fall over to the left. And again, just taking whatever version of the twist works for you and your body. Just make sure it feels comfortable. And then you could maybe let your head rock on over to the right-hand side if that feels nice. Take a deep breath. Feel that breath travel all the way down to your hip, to your toes, and with your exhale, really soften in. Notice if the jaw is clenched, if there's any clenching going on anywhere. Soften, relax. Okay, engage the tummy muscles, draw the legs up to center. From here, you're going to hug those knees into your chest, give them a good squeeze, and we're going to take a pose that's called Happy Baby. For Happy Baby, you're reaching for either the inside or the outside of the feet, or the ankles, or the calves, or even just behind the thighs, and just draw the legs in towards the body. Have a little rock around, maybe even let yourself smile because you feel silly. A few deep breaths. You could maybe try straightening one leg and then the other. Now slowly release, straighten out one leg and then the other, and take your arms above the head and have a nice full body stretch. Stretch, 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 stretch. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release. Let's do that one more time. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And release. Now just allow the arms to float down beside the body. And this might be where you want to reach for a blanket or a jumper and just get yourself really nice and cozy. We'll just be here for a few moments. And you can take the arms down beside your body and just begin to fully let go and relax into the mat. Maybe take a few long exhalations. Allow the legs to get really soft and the ankles to get soft and the feet to roll out. Allow the shoulder blades to really sink into the floor and the chest to open. The arms are soft and the palms open and wide, the fingers spread wide and roll up. Relax the tongue in your mouth. Soften the jaw, soften the brow. And with every exhale, feel your head get heavier. Feel your whole body get heavier, almost like it's sinking into the mat, but floating at the same time. And just allow yourself to be still here. If you feel you need to move, that's okay. I'll let you know when to come out. Slowly begin to deepen your inhale. Lengthen your exhale. Maybe even make a big sigh. Begin to move your fingers and your toes. You could maybe even have a nice big stretch again. Bend one leg and then the other, and then slowly hug your knees into your chest. Roll from side to side again, and then just make your way onto whatever side feels nice, and make sure you have a little rest there. Have a little moment to chill. Just take your hands in prayer to your heart center and take a moment to check in with the body. Hope you enjoyed that practice, and wishing you the best of luck with Kilt Walk. Thank you so much.